Oh my. Damn. Is this gonna be another fucking no notification stream? Looks like it. Looks like YouTube is once again decided that it's just not gonna notify people when I'm fucking live, which is absolutely fantastic, especially for these later streams. Hello. Why do you say hello like a hobbit? Hello. Hello, Mary. Hello, Pippin. You got notified. You've got notified. Yeah, you and about 7 other people. Look at this shit. YouTube has been fucked lately when it comes to notifying people of you being live. Sucks too, because it was good for a while. Like, I'd say for a good like month or two, I go live and like people get notified right away. And then starting like yesterday, shit started to be fucking lame. Heavy, heavy, heavy sigh. I haven't gotten notified for anything in like 2 weeks, yeah. First day of vacation and boom, Paul's live. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be slow. It was earlier today too. I think it took like half an hour to get the full amount of people in here, which is ridiculous. Absolutely fucking ridiculous. What's up, everybody? How we doing tonight? How are we all doing tonight? Hopefully well. I'm gonna get good and stoned. Let's get drunk. No, thank you. You go ahead, though. I'm not gonna stop you. I'm just gonna get stoned, if that's okay with you. I'm gonna smoke this joint and have a good old time. Props to you for going 2 hours flash fried by yourself. It was actually kind of fun, you know. Definitely not my preferred way to do it, but you know, I was able to get through it. So Spectral Paul. Already at work over on the East Coast. Damn. Well, you got your day started. It'll be over soon. Got your day rolling over there on the East Coast already. Dude, I preferred that when I was in the, you know, the traditional workforce or whatever the fuck. I preferred that early morning shit. I was an opener at Starbucks for close to 8 years. I'd say for like the first year I was with Starbucks, I was like a kind of an all-arounder. I'd open, mid, close, and then I was so reliable as an opener that they just started putting me in as an opener. I remember my boss coming and asking me like, "Hey, can I just make you the 5-day-a-week opener?" I was like, "Yeah." Because that meant, you know, I got my fucking hours in and nobody was really competing for my shifts. And yeah, dude, you start at like 4:30 in the morning at Starbucks, and by the time noon rolls around, you're going home. You know, noon or 1 o'clock in the afternoon, you're done for the day, which is pretty cool. And I'm telling you, I don't know if it's the same in other jobs, but dude, when I worked at Starbucks and did those early shifts, I used to feel like they blew by, dude. That's one of the things I loved about it. It was like my little secret that I would never tell anybody. Because it's just like, man, I remember working mids and stuff and coming in and feeling like just like the day dragged forever, bro. Come in at like fucking, 10 a.m. or 11 a.m. or whatever your mid-shift start was, and you were there till fucking 7. It's like, but you open the store, you're fucking leaving. You're leaving by noon, 12:30, 1, you know what I mean? It's like, whoa. I know it's the same amount of hours, but it just like psychologically feels different. When you work that mid shift where you get there at like 10 a.m., it really does feel like you spent your whole fucking like day at work. You leave and the sun's already going down, and you're just like, fuck. I'm telling you, man. Yeah, those morning shifts go by quick. I was never able to get a consistent schedule working those kinds of jobs. It was all over the place throughout the week. Yeah. I mean, that's how I started. Like it's pretty usual for like places like that to, when you're new, you know what I mean? It takes a while for you to settle in on anything like a predictable schedule, and even then you bounce around a little bit. Yeah, like I said, it took me probably a few months of working, couple months of working to establish myself as an opener. I just found out that my company punishes closers like me by giving morning shift premiums of 50 cents extra pay. It's absurd. Oh, that sucks. Couldn't imagine working a 9 to 5 whole day wasted. I work 6 to 4 and often overtime, so usually 6 to 6, yeah. Used to host an O'Charlie's opening. That was the worst for me. When I closed, at least I kept busy, so it seemed to go by faster. Yeah, I definitely preferred the opening and closing shifts. The mid shift was the worst, and that was the one that everybody wanted. Like there was so much competition for mid shifts because people didn't have to get up early and they didn't have to stay late. You know what I mean? So it's like that. A lot of people look at that as the positive. It's like, oh yeah, this middle of my day, and then I'm off by like 6 o'clock, and I can go and party or whatever. Dude, I hated those mids. Anytime I had to fill in a mid, I was pissed off because that day felt like 2 days. Anytime. Whatever. Plus, dude, the mids were the most unreliable people too. That's where the least reliable people always got thrown on shift. And so not only were mids shitty, but you would oftentimes be working with the worst people at the store. People that didn't give a shit, people that were routinely late, people that were always fucking calling in sick or whining to go home early and shit. And it just, yeah, I don't know. Fuck mids. Fuck working mids. Want my advice, be an opener. Get your shit done early in the day and get the fuck out of there and wash your hands of it. Closing is like, okay. Like I didn't hate closing, but it's different than opening, dude. Closing is like, you've got this whole thing to deal with closing, with like actually getting customers to go away and stop coming. Starbucks had this like, policy that they were really sticklers about, where it's like you can't lock up until people stop coming. You know what I mean? And nobody ever really fully abided by it, but it was just like a pain in the ass to get the fucking store shut down. If you had good people working with you on close, it was really good because you could get out pretty quick with all your stuff done. But if you just had lazy pieces of shit, you knew you were going to be there all fucking night while they cleaned. Just like good people on your late shift know how to pull things, like pull up the floors an hour before close and close down 2 of the 3 blenders, an hour before close, and close down one of the bars an hour before close, and just have everything kind of done, you know what I mean? So that when you finally do lock the doors, there's very little to prep for the next day. So that was like a good closing shift. But sometimes you're just working with somebody who's just fucking clueless or lazy or both. One night my boss forgot to close and lock the doors, so even though we closed at 10, we stayed open for like another hour. Yeah. Pretty stupid. Pretty stupid. Closing's not a skill that everyone has. There's a lot of juggling that goes on in the last couple hours of the shift, especially if you're down a person, which happens way too much, yeah. Pretty surprised Starbucks isn't unionized. The news on Flash Friday was a shock to me about that. Really? No, it's Starbucks is actually like a union, an incredibly anti-union company. Back when I worked there, the IWW was actively trying to recruit retail workers. They were doing a push back in, I think it was like 2007, 2008, to try and get retail workers to join the IWW. And I remember they were actually sending people to hand out pamphlets and stuff to the work, to like places, and we were given like instructions on how to deal with it, and then we had to do like this little mini training about unions, where basically we were told, like, if you unionize, you're actually going to probably lose some of the good benefits you have working here at Starbucks, blah, 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 blah. So yeah, they've been resisting unionization for some time. That's why I said today that it's going to be interesting to see how Starbucks reacts to this attempt, whether they fire some people or squash it or what. Because I can guarantee you Starbucks doesn't want its fucking employees unionized. I'll tell you that right the fuck now. Becoming a shop steward for the UFCW, so I wonder if there's potential overlap where the Starbucks in my Safeway can be in on it too. There's so much slimy tactics against unionization for sure. Yeah, here's the thing about that Starbucks, and this is something that not a lot of people know. If you go to a Starbucks that's inside another business, you're not actually going to a Starbucks. I'll repeat that. If you go to a Starbucks that is inside of another business or inside of a place, like the Starbucks in the airport, the Starbucks in the Walmart, the Starbucks in the grocery store, that is not an actual Starbucks. If you look at the sign of those Starbucks, instead of the normal green siren sign, it'll say proudly serving Starbucks coffee on that sign. And what that means is that those are employees of the grocery store or the airport who have licensed the ability to run a Starbucks, to serve the Starbucks brand, but they're not actually Starbucks employees. So, the people that work at that Starbucks may be included in your union by default, if you're unionizing your entire shop or whatever, because they are technically employees of your store. As not a lot of people know that. There's not a single franchise Starbucks anywhere. Starbucks does not sell franchises. Starbucks does not do the McDonald's model. The closest it comes is it affiliates itself with certain businesses and allows them to serve Starbucks coffee. The more you know. That's true, it does. I know the company has used different means to get people out by getting management in different positions, so chances are 50-50. Yeah. Well, good luck. Glad to hear somebody out there and organizing in the labor space. That's good shit. Paul didn't do enough solo talking the entire Flash Friday. Man, I live out here. You're gonna kill your throat worse. All right, you're banned, Mom. I love these fucking people, dude. You know I do this for a living, right? You know this is my job. Fucking mom posters, dude. Concern posters. I fucking love it. Get your ass banned. Stay your ass away. Fuck, man. I swear to God, I went a whole period of my life where I didn't, like, it's like my teen years, you know, when your parents are like on your ass about when you go to sleep and when you come home and stuff. And then I went this whole period of my life where nobody ever even fucking asked me about that. I did like fucking like 16 years of my life where it's like I didn't have a mom or dad or parental guardian hovering over what I do and how I do it. And then all of a sudden I start working on the internet and I've got fucking 10,000 people who are worried about like when I sleep, how much I work, how much I stream. And it's just like, motherfucker, why don't you shut up, handle yourself? Would you handle your own goddamn fucking business and leave me the fuck alone? Got nothing better to do but fucking jump in on other people, fucking giving them advice on what they should and shouldn't be doing. I was reading some old DFF advice in the comments the other day. You should format the show like iDubbbz Content Cop. What you're doing now isn't going to take off. Yeah, dude, gotta love that advice. People have too much time on their hands, don't want to deal with their own problems. I mean, or maybe they just, like, even worse, maybe they just don't even really have problems. Maybe they're just utterly fucking bored to the point where they feel like I've got nothing to do but give advice to other adults. I've got nothing to do but give advice to other grown-ass men. Ugh. All I can say is this, dude. I'm just glad I'm not one of those people. I'm glad that I dodged whatever fucking like combination of personality influences creates a person like that, because I can't fucking imagine, dude. I can't even fucking imagine living a life where I'm fucking like roaming around and thinking that other adults want my fucking advice on shit, on their personal shit. I can't even imagine being that out of touch with fucking reality, dude. Thank goodness for whatever confluence of fucking, you know, occurrences led me to be the type of person I am. So I can't imagine being one of you motherfuckers. I'm not talking about all of you, of course, just the concerned trolls. Are you eating enough? Are you doing your homework like you're supposed to be doing? Dude, all you have to do to know that, the truth of that, Zach, is just like I said, you know, in a show the other day. Go back to like episode 3 of DFF or episode 2 or episode 1 or episode 10. Look at the comment section of those. Look at the early comment sections of DFF. Look at all of the shit advice that's in there that would have absolutely destroyed the show. And look at how we listened to absolutely none of it and went on to have a successful business anyway. Kind of makes you think that maybe you should keep your advice to yourself, huh? Unless it's solicited. Like, it'd be one thing if we're like, hey guys, what kind of show should we make? Never said it. Saw firsthand what happens when you give the fans input on your last show. Yeah. Oh my God, dude. The inmates ran that fucking asylum. I was constantly frustrated at that show for how much whiny, bitchy 12-year-old fucking chat fans were listened to. Unbelievable. Like, we would run some fabe. We would throw out some kayfabe or some shit, and predictably, a good swath of the fans would react negatively to it. And usually Ben would argue, oh, we got to pull the plug on this. We got to walk this back. And it's just like, dude, walking it back just makes it worse. It makes them think that they can rampage and change their fucking minds on shit. Don't walk it back. You end up with a name like Lady Hopium. I know, dude. I know. You give the fans too much input, you end up with a name like Lady Hopium. True dat. True dat. Remember how whiny people were about the Tim Allen episode? Dude, they were whiny for about the first month of the existence of the show before people fucking finally realized, like, these guys aren't going to change the show into what I want, and either left or settled in for the long fucking wait. You know? Like, go look. It's all there. It's all still there. All the comments are still there. You can read all the bad, unsolicited advice for yourself and realize it's the ultimate proof of my position. Sir Dopium. I should change the name of my channel to Sir Dopium, dude. Oh, fuck. Oh, fuck. The Hopium Dopium. Copium. Hopium. Copium. What is Lady Hopium? That's Jamie Darkey's new name. Better put respect. Oh, sorry, Jamie Darkey's new name. Better put respect on the new name, dude. Jamie Darkey is now Lady Hopium. It's catching on like wildfire, man. Definitely. Got the name from the fan base. It's a committee over there. It's a committee over there. No, we're not really talking about Jamie. Somebody just asked who Lady Hopium was, and I had to tell them it was Jamie. Brother Bropium. Oh, fuck me, dude. Paul, put up a poll so we can pick your new name. That's how it works now. Yeah. They're all high off their own supply over there in the opium den. Yep. You can tell, dude. You can tell. Brother Bropium, dude. Oh, shit. She actually did a poll for a new name. No, I don't think. Well, I don't know, actually. She was in here the other night, and I saw that she'd changed her name to Lady Hopium, and I was like, oh, no. I was like, Jamie, that ain't it. That name ain't it. Yeah, I'd go back to the drawing board on that shit. Lady Hopium, nah. And she was like, no, I like it. Somebody in my fan community actually came up with it, and I was like, that ain't it, boo-boo. That ain't it, boo-boo. Yeah, that definitely ain't it. But what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Whoa. Whoa. Should have done something like Jamie the Doomslayer or some shit. Yeah. Jamie the Doomslayer, bro. Jamie the Anarchy Devil. Jamie the God of Metal. Jamie the Lord of Hosts. That's a fox. Hear it? It's a fox. That shit scared the fuck out of me the first time I heard it. It sounds like some kind of person going. Dude, fox barks are the weirdest sounding things. There's a fox over there hunting. Lady Hopium, bro. Bark back at the fox? No, I'm not gonna bark back at the fox. I know foxes are cool. We had a little surrogate fox family at the beginning of the summer. A mated pair of foxes raised their kits right out here in our backyard. I've actually got footage in one of my old Highdeologies of the mom like literally walking up on the porch while I was doing a Highdeology. Mama fox walked right up here to get a drink. And we kept water out for them while they were here and stuff, and they raised their babies and went on about their business. Yeah, I think so many of these supernatural... Oh, he's barking again. You ever get visited by those crows again? No. The murder of crows moved on. They were just passing through. I mean, we get crows every now and again, like, you know, a couple of crows here and there, but we had all of my trees the other day were filled with crows. There's like a whole murder of crows here, just hanging out in my trees, which was pretty cool. I'll let you know, like, that they make a lot more noises than you think crows do. They do more than just caw, you know, they do this whole grackle type of thing at each other. Foxes are close to cats and dogs on the evolutionary tree, right? They really seem like it. I don't know about on the evolutionary tree, but they very much feel like cat dogs. Like getting to sit back here and watch them, like especially their babies, like how their babies moved and played. They were like kittens more than puppies. They were very nimble and they would climb trees and shit. It's fucking insane. So they definitely are built different than your average canine. You know, another animal that is fundamentally different than your average canine is coyotes, which we have a ton of out here. We've got a fuck ton of coyotes out here. And those animals are very, very creepily feline as well. They have kind of like a feline aspect to them. Foxes are vulpines, not canines. Vulpine. Yeah, dude, I wish I would have, been recording that. That was crazy. A big gargoyle coyote, just a big bull coyote. Had to stare down with that motherfucker. Row. Yeah. When they were living in our yard, they scared the fuck out of me before we'd seen them. One of them was back here, like this one is over in the empty field across from me. But when they were living out here, they used to hunt in this backyard, and they made that noise, like, and it would, they'd be real close to me. And it does. It sounds like a person, like some kind of weird demonic possession case or some shit. You're just like, what the fuck is that, bro? I'd never heard a fox before. Then I actually saw one of them make one of the noises one day when we started seeing foxes out here and put two and two together. And I was like, oh, okay. All right. Just a fox. Largely solitary, semi-nocturnal, small predator that also needs to watch out for larger predators. A lot of the same pressures as cats, I guess so, yeah. My cat started to freak hearing your fox impression, yeah. Like weird Gollum sounded shit. Gollum. It's chicken hunting right now, I bet. No. That screaming on stream a while back was not a fox. That was a sustained human scream. I'm glad that I haven't heard something like that again. Dude, I'm feeling spooked out here for some reason. Something's got my fucking sixth sense up, dude. I'm gonna arm myself. Sometimes you just gotta rack it. Maybe some light would help. Nah. Light is for sissies. Oh, man. I've got my eyes closed and I'm stretching, and you guys just see this pale-faced dude walk up behind me and say, "You should have turned on the light." Oh yeah, dude, I could start a fire. That is true. A fire may be kind of cool. I'm considering it. I'm considering it. Would mean I'd have to go put on some better shoes. Monkey wants see fire, yeah. Monkey feels scared outside. Monkey want build fire to chase away scary. I haven't built a fire in a while. Fire attracts scary? No, it doesn't, dude. Monkey need fire. Monkey want fire. Let me go check and see if see what my lighter fluid situation is. Hold up. That'll dictate what I do here. Give my monkey brain fake fire then. Monkey brain got fake fire. Monkey brain feel better. Got myself all spooked. Got a game coming out in a few days that I'm kind of stoked about. I'm a fan of the Tales games, and Tales of Arise is coming out on the 9th, I think. Sup, Paul? I saw a Tegaloo cat. Oh man, not a Tegaloo cat. Tegaloo cat my balls, perhaps? Take a look at these nuts. Dude. So fucking terrible. Whole lot of mind goblins out here today. Mind goblin this dick. Dude, I can't be ligment. People just gotta give it up. Okay? I'm gonna have to give it up. I'm better at it than you. I like all the Conjuring movies, to be frank. Yeah, I played the Nier games. I played the first Nier on PS3, I think. And then I played Nier Automata on PS4. Excuse me. You're no Cho-Con. Yeah, dude. I got TJ or Scotty with that the other day, like not that long ago, with Cho-Con. They brought up fucking whatchamacallit, the new Mortal Kombat movie. And I was like, man, I couldn't believe that Cho-Con wasn't in it, dude. And they were like, Cho-Con? Who the fuck? I was like, choke on these nuts, bitch. Ah. Got him. Got him. Can I just jump in or should I start from the beginning? Man, that is totally up to you. Sounds like a YP, not an MP. Chugga chugga choo choo. Yeah, it has to be an original one, and it has to be stealth, too. It has to be stealth. Dude, Economos never sleeps. The day is always started with Economos. The day is always running. It's always giant piles of goods that need moving. The E10 diet, dude. Eating these nuts. You seen that Taliban clown get dunked on with a Ligma joke on Twitter? No. I'm learning what Ligma and Sugon lingos you do in hopes I can get you. TJ is way easy to get, yeah. Do you think Sigourney Weaver will ever appear in another Aliens movie? I don't know. Probably not, I would say. But who knows? I know Ridley Scott has said that he's not done with the franchise yet. So... yeah, dude. People can dunk on the Taliban on Twitter. They can have Twitter beef with the Taliban, dude. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive and be an American citizen. You ever think about that, dude? I think every generation has their crazy times. But this generation, though, the timeline has gone apeshit. It's gone apeshit. Yeah, the video of them, yeah, dude, they took over a fucking theme park, like a little amusement park, and then they burned it fucking down the next day. They spent all day having fun, jumping on the trampoline and riding the bumpy cars, and then they burned it. They burned it to the ground. Why does the U.S. government hand the Taliban weapons, but I'm not allowed to have an SBR? I don't know, dude. You got me, bro. Whoa. Yeah, the Taliban's got their freedoms. They got their freedoms. I tell you what. They got their freedoms. It's very important to keep their freedoms. I saw this tweet that Kyle Kalinske made the other day, and he was talking about, I can't even remember how he put it. It was some shit like all these people that are hating on Joe should be sucking on his balls or some shit. And I couldn't help but think, like, when are they going to get some time to do that? When they're in your mouth fucking 24/7. Dude, his whole fucking Twitter account has become sucking Joe's wrinkly old sack, bro. It's kind of sad to see. Beyond kind of sad to see. But that's just the way it is. Like there were so many people that were just like so starved for a Biden quote unquote win that they went kind of fucking nuts with this Afghanistan shit, and they're just ignoring like like the words coming out of Biden's mouth. It's like, so suffice it to say that the narrative has moved, because I talked to people on Twitter about this, and they're like, "Oh, Biden literally ended the war," and I'm like, "Then what's this about?" And I'll play the clip from the fucking talk he gave yesterday about how we're going to continue anti-terror operations in Afghanistan, and this is 2 days after we, drone struck a fucking family. And I'm just like, man, if somebody was conducting drone strikes on American soil and blowing up families in retribution for shit we'd done, would you consider that an act of war? Because I would. It's pretty easy for me to say that, yeah, like if another country's doing that to America, we're at war with them. And for some reason, that doesn't apply in Afghanistan. Joe ended the war in Afghanistan, even though we're still bombing, even though we still got private military contractors in Afghanistan. Joe went on to brag about our quote-unquote over-the-horizon capabilities, meaning that he has every intention to keep bombing inside of Afghanistan. And after he says that, he makes the ominous allusion to the fact that we're going to do it elsewhere. Terror has moved. We need to go where terror is today, not where it was 20 years ago. And people are sucking his sack. It's like, oh my God, man, so thirsty. So thirsty for a Biden win that you're just gonna you're gonna die on this hill. And every one of these people is gonna end up looking stupid. They already do in my eyes, but trust me, it's gonna be another one of those Paul was right, but for the wrong reasons fucking situations where these motherfuckers have to admit. It's sad. It's sad to watch people fall into this cycle and they're not listening to him. He's literally using like George W. Bush rhetoric when it comes to the war on terror. He's fucking literally brought back the war on terror. And people are cheering about it. Unbelievable. Well, I mean, not unbelievable, but it's kind of fucking sad. When is invasion warranted, in your opinion? It isn't. While labor is more desperate than ever, infrastructure gone nowhere, no health care, nothing. Right. No war ended, though. No war ended. Like I said, if somebody was dropping bombs and hiring military mercenaries and shit to come into this country and fuck with our towns and fuck with our infrastructure and shit, we would be at war with that place. Joe Biden is still bombing Afghanistan. Plans to keep doing it, too. So he didn't end any war. This is going to be a strategic troop movement, and people are fucking sucking his balls over it. Moved our ground troops from one place to another. It's unreal, dude. It's unreal to watch how people just don't learn. They don't want to learn. And this is just all tied to electoralism, dude. Electoralism creates this like thirst trap where it's like you fucking just really so utterly begrudgingly voted for a horrible candidate, but you become more and more desperate to legitimize that vote with anything. And so your mind goes into like, let's hyper focus on everything that Joe Biden does and find the first thing that we can contextualize as good. People were just hungry for a Biden win and were willing to go out on the limb while he fucking horribly mismanaged. Did you guys see the airport? You gotta understand, dude. I'm not a military strategist or whatever, but the absolute fucking chaos that existed at this airport while they were trying to evacuate people is fucking unreal. So it's put them in the position of saying, hey, that was well done, which is like, it wasn't. And it's put them in the position of defending Joe for continuing military operations there and just pulling boots out while telling you he's going to put boots elsewhere. Yeah, we left all our functional weaponry there. Just left fucking hangars filled with helicopters and armored vehicles and just guns on guns on guns and bombs and grenades and mines. Functionally just like armed to that country for the next, I don't know, 10,000 fucking years. Why didn't they get the equipment out though? Good question. I will tell you this, it is pretty standard, god damn it, pretty standard for these types of things, like militaries to leave behind or scuttle material, like Jeeps and shit, rather than bring them back. But that's usually what happens. It's like, you know, when the military's pulling out of somewhere, they'll disable a lot of the vehicles and shit and leave them behind functionally useless or whatever. We just left them like intact. Like dumping the Hueys after Vietnam, right? Hey, the no nonsense rule is in effect. Quit. I don't want to like go, huh, when I read your fucking comment. Quit having verbal diarrhea in the chat, or you'll get fucking banned. I don't care what time it is. It's always time for you to proofread your fucking sentences. You know, Joe Biden has taken a huge hit in public perception over the Afghanistan thing, and a lot of lefties on Twitter are pissed off about it, Kyle included. They think it's unwarranted, and blaming the media for unfair coverage of it or whatever the fuck. Look, growing up in America, you learn a few things about America. And one of them is that we have the most fucking amazing military in the world, right? We've got the most amazingly technologically advanced, power projecting military in the world. And this is kind of drilled into you both, in teaching and just in the media. Our military is second to none. And people looked at our withdrawal from Afghanistan and saw pictures of people running around outside the fucking gates of the thing and handing babies over the barbed wire and fucking, shooting each other out in front of the gates and blowing each other up out in front of the fucking gates and running up and down the fucking runways and jumping on the planes as they were taking off and shit. And that projected ultimate fucking weakness for the United States. Think about that. A country that one of its great fucking central tenets, one of the things that is drilled into its citizenry harder than anything else, we are militarily superior, was running that shit show. That didn't look like the exit of the strongest military in the world. Orderly, well planned, well executed. That looked like a fucking shit show. And by all accounts, it was a shit show. Do you think artificially increasing the cost of living you think that artificially increasing the cost of living as a form of... Dude, you got to ask an actual question, bro. Once again, proofread your fucking shit. I'm going to give you a timeout, and the next time I read one of your comments and it doesn't make fucking sense, I'm going to ban you. That sentence made absolutely fucking no sense. You need to proofread your shit before you hit send in here. Don't post gobbledygook, verbal diarrhea nonsense in my shit. You got a question for me? Ask a question and put a question mark at the end of it. I'm like your English teacher, okay? I'm going to start grading your fucking papers in here. Because I'm tired of literally fucking communicating with people who are slobbering all over the keyboard, dude. Just fucking type like a normal person. Read it once, read it twice, and punctuate that motherfucker. Yeah, dude. TJ likes nonsense and shit, so go do it over there. I appreciate you bringing this up. I have a suspicion a lot of it is bravado. I mean, everyone and their mother has nukes now. This weaponry is all well and good, but if home base is a crater, yeah. They had a definitive timeline for fucking ever, and could have enforced a mandatory evacuation of all Americans from Afghanistan at any point, and didn't. Waited until the last fucking second, and then made a pretty international debacle out of our withdrawal from a place that we had been, occupying for fucking 20 years. for no good reason. And that's why Joe Biden's approval ratings fell, and libs don't want to fucking talk about it, dude. Twitter lefties don't want to talk about how weak that looks and how shitty that looks and how much better this could have been done and how much easier it would have been. People don't want to discuss it. Everybody want to act like, oh, nobody could have foreseen the Taliban taking over. It's like bullshit. Nobody could have foreseen it. Give me a fucking break, bro. Oh. The graveyard of empires, yeah. Well, whatever. Whatever the case may be, there was plenty of time for an orderly exit from this place before the Taliban took over. We've known for months and months that there was a deadline on this. And I don't know why lefties are so thirsty for a Biden win that, one, they're willing to ignore that shit show, which it is exactly what it was, a fucking shit show. There's no other way to say it. And two, ignore what the president is saying about his intent to continue bombing that place and his intent to bomb other places and possibly move troops to other places, because terror has metastasized around the world and it's changed, and we've got to change with it. I just don't get it, dude. Dude, if Trump had fucking exited the country like Joe Biden did, the left would have been all over him like fucking white on rice. It would be on it would just literally be shit show central. And you know it. And they'd be right. They would have impeached him again, probably. There's no win. There's no win. If you're a person who wants America to stop bombing, stop making war on countries all over the fucking world, it's not a win. already a lot of the people that have been arguing with me have retreated to, well, at least he ended the boots on the ground portion of the war. It's like, oh, fuck. The anti-war left has just evaporated, bro. It's just evaporated. Just disappeared into nothingness. Leftists don't even know how to fucking be against war anymore. Well, hello there, Triplical. Top of the Mizornin to you. I don't know, dude. Just another one of those things that's gonna... Everybody's gonna end up with a big bunch of egg on their fucking face. A lot of them, in my opinion, already have it. It's the way that they've sucked Biden's dick on this has just been fucking disgusting. But it is what it is. I'm tired of this topic. I'm bored of talking about Afghanistan. Will Kamala Harris be a better president? She'll never be the president. Unless Biden croaks sometime before 2024, she'll never be president. Anyway, I'm gonna end this.